Welcome to Thousand Trails, LaConner, Washington.
Look ahead, the sea is calm, and I know we've been through a lot, but just wait. Wait for better days to come and carry us like wind in our sails. Hold on tight, I can smell the shore, it's right in front of us.
I'm here standing where the dump stations are, and this is a really big campground, and only 20% of the campsites here actually have sewer. So most likely when you're here, you're going to be using this dump station, and there are 3 access points here, but the entire time we've been here, there's only been one open. In the sports area of this campground, there is a putt-putt that we've seen families enjoying the entire time we're here. We've actually been enjoying it. I've been bringing Aiden down. Probably half the nights that we've been here, we've been down here hitting some balls, and it has been so much fun. Okay, these used to be tennis courts and they are now pickleball courts, and there is brand new matting down here. And it's also the space where they're double using it for basketball, but there's 3 pickleball nets, and what you have to do here is come over here and you're going to have to roll your net to whichever court you're deciding to play on. Behind the pickleball courts is the playground and a huge, huge field where you can do activities. Now, around the edge of this field is RVs, and some RVs have brought their tents with them. This one behind me actually has been set up as an office, which is very smart. They've also been using the field to put their Starlink out. And what I see here really is a missed opportunity. This campground doesn't have a dog park, and this field is huge, and it goes really far back and then curves around to the right. So there's a real opportunity here to actually put a dog park in at the end of this field. So I'm standing in the middle of basically the entire campground. There is the north side of the campground and the south side of the campground. The south side of the campground has a lot of amenities with the lodge and the general store, and I'm getting ready to walk across this bridge to show you. Now, the majority of the campsites on this area, if not all of them, do not have sewer. So this was our campsite when we first got here, but Don had to fly out of town to go do some work for a client, and he was going to be gone for 5 days. And the idea of me figuring out how to use our black tank and drag it down to the dump station was a little bit terrifying, mainly because it gets really heavy and I wasn't going to be able to lift it and put it on the truck. They were super accommodating. They had a spot come available. They gave us a call and moved us across the campground to the north side, and we were able to get a spot with sewer. So we're at the laundromat, and there are 5 washers and 8 dryers in here. This is a campground that uses the CSC Go app. So just note that. I've told you every time we get to 1,000 Trails, it's usually a different app. This is a CSC Go, not the CSC Pay. So just make sure you have that downloaded. Now I'm leaving the laundry room, and right here is the fitness center. Now, when you get here to Thousand Trails, you're going to want to ask for the waiver form right when you get here if you plan on using this little fitness center. And that way you can get the code to actually come in here and use it. And you will have use of an elliptical, a bike, and a treadmill, and that's it. There's a small country store here at the campground. So if you need a quick snack, a drink, some ice cream, or some small little camp needs, you can find it in here. However, make sure that you're only stopping by here Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, or Monday, because Tuesday and Wednesday, they're closed. Now, leaving the country store, I wanted to come show you this. Over here, separate from the other sports area, is another sport area, and it's down by the water. And we have shuffleboard, horseshoes, and volleyball out here, as well as a fun little game of Connect Four. You guys know I love a good hot tub. This one will fit about 10 people, and it faces the water, which is incredible because you can sit here close to sunset, but not all the way to sunset because they do close a little bit early. So we've seen the country store, the fun things to do out here by the lake, the hot tub, and now we're gonna go see inside the lodge. So we're inside the lodge, and if you look to my left, you will see that there is the entrance to the restrooms, which is also your entrance to the hot tub. There are vending machines in here that only take cash. And then right behind this painting is actually 2 doors that lead to the cafe where you can come and have breakfast on Saturday mornings. So we also have a side of the lodge that's just for lounging. There's a TV, a fireplace, and some really comfy sofas. And then there's an area that they call the quiet area. And let me show you that as well. Now in here, I feel like I walk into a 1970s ski lodge. This has a great view and would be an awesome place to do some homeschooling or to do work on your laptop and just lounge. Now there isn't a fireplace here, but you can grab a book or games and come in this space as well. So coming out of that space, the quiet space of the lodge, we come out to this covered outdoor area, and there's picnic tables. And at one point, it looks like they had a grill here. And I think it's really a missed opportunity that they haven't kept up with this. But you can tell at one point it was either used as a fireplace or some kind of smoker or grill. And I think it would be great if they got this going again and just allowed it to be a place for people to come out here by the lake and grill out, something different than just being at their campsite. So the other great thing about this space, inside and out, is while we have been here, we've seen a lot of people on their laptops out here. It's a great place to just come get Wi-Fi, do a Zoom call with an incredible view of the water. This is the best thing about this campground. It's all of this. So when you come, bring your beach chairs, bring your kayaks, bring your paddleboards, bring it all. So right now, the tide is coming in, but from where I'm standing, there is lone tree, which is a tree that broke off in a huge storm, and they have fenced it off, and they have literally taken lone tree's seeds and planted them, and there's little trees around lone tree where they're trying to help grow some other trees, lone tree's babies, to shield her from the next storm, which is really, really cool. But the other thing about being out here is right now we're in a high tide, or the high tide is coming up, and the water is going to come up all the way behind me. But the other thing is that when it's low tide, you have the opportunity of watching the bald eagles get a little snack. And so right out here, there is a sandbar between us and that little island, and it clears out at high tide or low tide. You can actually see it, and the bald eagles will come out and land and eat the little fish and the little crabs that are left behind. This is what this campground looks like. Huge trees, tons of coverage, absolutely gorgeous. But you might have trouble with Starlink, and you will definitely have trouble with AT&T. Our phones did not work here unless we had Starlink up, and our Starlink was struggling. So down here, we're on the north side over by the water, and there is a campground. Like, yeah, we're in a campground. There's a playground here on this side right beside the water, and I wanted you to see it. It's not really a lot, but there is access to the beach right over here. I guess while I'm taking you guys out here, I should say that my outfit is sponsored by the Landmark Collection. They know that I love Smokey Bear and I love everything that they make and what they do, what they stand for, giving back to the forest and helping with wildfire prevention. But how cute is this shirt that they sent me? Isn't that adorable? You can get 15% off with Campfires and Fireflies, 15 if you'd like to place an order with them. But like I said, here's the beach right beside the playground. I can't think of a better cabin to stay in than these cabins right here down by the water. And here, let me turn around and show you. Not only would you be staying here, but then you'd be having dinner at your campfire out by the water. I'm at the boat ramp, and while you can enjoy all the boating activities out here, there's no fishing, clamming, nothing. No crabbing, nothing from out here. But you can still get out on the water and enjoy it. So if you have a boat, you might want to tow it here. The really great thing, and probably a really distracting thing if you like to work in the lodges, is that they have amazing views. And this is called the Crab Shack Lodge. It's the second lodge, it's a small one. It's still on the north side, correction, the south side of the campground. There is not a lodge on the north side. But I wanted to go in and show you how cute it is. It's got a little kitchen, some seating, and an incredible view. Hi. Such a great spot. You can even throw an event in here, and I think they have before. Nice place to lounge, watch some TV. But the best view is over on the other side where you can just stare at the water. I'm gonna take you on a little hike. This is a salmon restoration area. There's a little stream that comes through here, and it's completely dry during low tide. But during high tide, it actually has water in it. And while they have this little trail here that goes from one area of the campground to another, they really have it marked off so that they can really focus on the restoration area of this campground. I'm getting ready to take you into one of the bathrooms on the side of the campground where it's mainly no sewer. So when you have no sewer, you're more likely wanting to use the restroom and the showers here. However, there's much to be left to be, I mean, it is just, I can't even speak. I wouldn't want to be in there. I would do a run to the dump station every day if I had to, then take a shower in there. I'm a little out of breath. We just walked up the hill, which is primarily most of the way to get to the north side of the campground, and this is where we are. Now on the north side of the campground is the majority of the sewer spots, and you'll find a lot of seasonal and annual sites back in here because they're sewer sites. Now the one thing about here that I just mentioned right before this was the bathrooms on the south side weren't great. What is odd is that the bathrooms on this side are great. They're tiled, they look nice, there's not paint chipping off the walls. But here you can be fully enclosed and don't need it. And on the other side, it's all messed up where you do need it. So anyways, I'm gonna sit down, take a break from all that hiking, and just chat with you a moment about what you can do here, because what we did here has to be one of the most favorite trips that we've had in terms of the amenities around and outside of the campground that you can explore and do. So it was important to me when I booked LaConner, Washington, that we be here for July 4th. LaConner is the cutest downtown I think I have ever been in. In fact, I know it's the cutest town I've ever been in. And it's a really special historic town. There's other historic towns around here. 30 minutes from here, there's the downtown in Anacortes and the downtown in Mount Vernon. But Don described it the best when he was like, it's such a happy downtown. There's some towns that you can drive through that are historic that seem sad. They've only got a couple of shops, or the shops aren't that great. But in LaConner, it is just like walking into the early 1900s. End of the street is the Headland Farmers Market, and you have to stop there. It's at the roundabout. You can't miss it. It's absolutely adorable. And we got all of our groceries there for the last 2 weeks. They had meats and vegetables and fruits and everything. So we just went and got local food while we were here. Now for July 4th, they do a parade, they do fireworks, they do music at night. It was a fun time that we got to spend here. And there's also a boardwalk that runs along the back side of some of the shops. It's down by the water, and it was just precious. It really was just a beautiful place to spend a couple of weeks. I will have to say though, spending the day at Deception Pass State Park was the biggest treat while we were here. I thought we would be there for a couple hours to see the bridge and the cove and take some pictures, maybe do a little hike. We ended up staying there the majority of the day. You can take all of your beach stuff, take a small little walk down to the beach and just be right there on the water and go swimming, do some hiking. There's places for you to take all the stuff that you want to grill if you're there. It was absolutely worth it for us to spend that day there. It was a beautiful place. Another area where you can see orcas. We did see a sea lion that swam by while we were hiking along the beach. And I cannot say it enough. That is the top thing that you're going to want to do while you're here. Now, I know I mentioned that the best time was to be here during July 4th, but there's also 2 other seasons that are pretty important here. If you come in the spring, the surrounding area is full of fields of tulips, and they have tulip festivals here, and it is just a really beautiful, colorful sight to behold. And then right now in the summer, we're watching as we drive by these fields, all of the pumpkins growing. And by fall, there are a ton of huge fall festivals, pumpkin festivals, everything that you could possibly dream of doing for fall happens here. It's such a special place, and I can definitely see us coming back once every season just to experience all of it. But tomorrow, we're packing up and we're heading to Mount Vernon Thousand Trails. And we're going to explore that area away from the islands and more into the mountains. So can't wait to take you with us. And we hope that someday you'll join us on the road.
We got nowhere to be, just a slow dance with the summer heat. The outside, can't wait a few. 'Cause right now we got nothing else to do. The sun is peeking through the cotton white blinds. Your hands still tangled up in mine. Feet on the wall, your head on me, floating easy. We got nowhere to be.